Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna learn how to do a basic presentation. First we're gonna do a bit of introduction, then we're gonna start building confidence, then we're gonna learn how we engage the audience, then we do visual aids, and then I'll tell you some final tips and takeaways. Now, the power of communication. This is really important because if you learn this technique most of all, you'll be able to communicate and convey the message you're trying to tell the people you're presenting to. Overcoming nervousness. This is also another superpower that not many people accomplish, but you probably will. It's by taking a few deep breaths before going to the next slide if you're feeling nervous, or taking some time to practice to make sure you don't get nervous while doing eye contact. Now, engaging the audience. Make eye contact with your audience to create a sense of intimacy and involvement. If you make eye contact, it shows the people that you're actually interacting with them and you're conveying a message right to them. Weave relatable stories into your presentation using narratives that make your message memorable and impactful. Use confident words. Use emotional words. Use words that will make an impact on someone's hearing, that it will change their mindset. It will show them that you're really conveying something important for the society and the environment around them. Encourage questions and provide thoughtful responses to enhance audience participation. You can start by asking some questions based on what they think what you're going to present about. You can ask questions between about what you think about this idea, what do you think we can improve about this. Like if I'm talking about global commitment, we can talk about what is global commitment. Use live polls or surveys to gather audience opinions, promoting engagement and making sure the audience feel involved. When you're giving presentation, you don't want to just sit there and hear about what the person is saying, about what the person is doing. Sometimes you got to give a chance to the audience to stand up and do some interaction with other people around in the room. So for example, many times you can play a survey by putting it up online or making discussion groups for like 5 6 minutes. Now, selecting visual aids, enhancing your presentation, effective delivery techniques. Now, let's go back to this. Visual aids can also be about different videos, different pictures that refer about what you're telling them about. Effective delivery techniques. Now, if we're going to look at body language, then we're going to look at public speaking. Effective body language enhances your message, making it more impactful and memorable. Now, when you're talking to someone, you do hand gestures forward and back. You walk forward towards them, behind them, and all around, showing that sometimes your sign language can convey messages you can't speak nor show from your face language. Now you can say meaningful eye contact. It shows the person that you're really talking to them and you're really conveying something. Purposeful gestures. You're showing gestures that relate to what you're saying to show people that they can remember whenever they see these gestures. Maintain good posture. Make sure you're standing upright, not sitting down or standing somewhere away from the presentation, not standing in front of the audience. Control your expressions. If you're gonna laugh, take a moment of breath and hold that in. Anger, anxiety, anything, hold it in. All you need to show is your goodness of confidence. Show that you're brave. Show that you're really conveying something. Now let's look at public speaking. This is a powerful tool. Delivery techniques is actually a powerful tool in public speaking. It involves varying pitch, tone, volume to convey emotion, emphasize points, and maintain interest. Now, make your PowerPoint more interesting for the people to understand. Emphasize points, make them deeper, make them lower, like the pitch, tone, and volume. So if I say, we have to do this, come on. Instead of this, we can say, we have to do this. So you're really showing that this is really important. This is something that will change life. You can do pitch variation, tone inflection, and volume control, when you need to be high volumed and when you need to be low volumed. Navigating Q&A sessions. You have number 1, you have to know material in advance. Now whenever you make a presentation, you don't just make it and step aside, and when the time comes, you just go and give the presentation. You must practice at least 3 times so you can make eye contact instead of reading off the board. Anticipate common questions. You should not ask very common questions. Ask questions that are sometimes hard. Then this can lead to projects, this can lead to group discussions that can keep your audience interacting with other people and interested. Rehearse your responses. You can ask an audience for you in your house, in your place, in your business, in your office to sit next to you and review how you're doing your presentation. Whenever they ask you a question, you should have a clear response about it. Maintaining composure during the Q&A session is essential for projecting confidence and authority. Consider the following tips for staying composed. Stay calm, actively listen, pause and reflect, maintain eye contact. At all times, stay calm because when you're giving presentation and people get to know that you're really nervous, they think this person doesn't know how to give a presentation. They're too nervous to give it to us. Now, how will we understand? Start having second thoughts. You should actively listen to whatever the audience is doing and about what you're speaking about. You can't just think about something else and speak something else. Now, every time you're changing slides, you can pause and reflect. Or in the end, you can ask other people to pause and reflect. Maintain eye contact. Again, this shows that you are projecting confidence and authority. You're staying composed. Now, the impact you have on speaking. Your ability to communicate effectively will leave a lasting impact on your audience. Your audience will know that you're conveying a message properly, they're understanding it properly. Effectively communicating involves not only delivering a message but also resonating with the experiences, values, and emotions of those listening. So, if you give emotional words, it can join your audience emotionally. If you use physical gestures, it can, for some reason, in a way, mentally and physically join interacting of your audience. And if you include the experiences and opinions of your audience, it can make them feel more interested about your side. That if I'm saying this, for example, you think I'm making a video right now, and that is very true. That supports your point or does not support your point. It shows other people how strong your point is. Now, dynamic delivery. Learn to infuse energy into your delivery to leave a lasting impression. If you walk around, show gestures, show confidence, you stay calm, you control yourself, you will show that you're confident. You can convey anything you want to anyone. And this can show that your presentation is really important. One of the goals of effective communication is to motivate your audience. I can say that you said I'm making a video. That is actually true. That is humanly right. You don't need to go like humanly right. That's too much. But you're motivating your audience that you are right. But on the other hand, just a bit down here, I'm also right. I'm also conveying something. Now, final tips and takeaways. Consistent rehearsal. You have to consistently rehearse before the days of your deadline where you're gonna give. Strengthen your familiarity so you can think and speak like a few seconds before you show the slide, or you don't even look at the slide and speak. Refine delivery style, pace, tone, and emphasis. Emphasize different types of sentences and words which are really important in your presentation. Your tone should be high or low each time there's something that you want to convey or not convey that much. Timing and transitions. Aim for seamless professional delivery. So, if you keep your timing right, you won't lose what you're saying. If you keep your transitions right, you can give a professional delivery. Practice audience. Enlist colleagues, family members to listen and provide feedback. So when your closest ones or your close ones or the people you work with can convey to you about what you're doing wrong and about what you're doing right, you can fix or continue that to make sure your future audience will be happy, interacting, and understanding. Now, thank you and hopefully subscribe.